Okay, guys and girls, I've got a few questions for you today. It's question time. It's question and answer time. The question is, how many of you like the demeanour that I very often perpetrate, develop, deploy, exhibit when I'm making my rants? I mean, it's kind of like a rhetorical question, because I think there was like 30 thumbs up and not a single thumb down, and I don't know, what is it, 250 views or something like that. I'm like, it always kind of like, it does perplex me. I am perplexed, because if I thought about the things I said in those videos, then they're often designed to really joust and tweak people's emotional states and trigger them and to get an egoic response. But the response is always overwhelmingly positive. And I'm like, well, there must be some fat and ugly folk out there. There must be some lazy fuckers. There must be some chicken packers. I mean, what are these people masochists? Do they love this, like, perpetual punishment? The perpetual pointing out of people's failings and lowly positions and all that? Is that what they love? Or is it that you've all become ardent Spartans through time? I mean, if most of my viewers were long-term viewers, then I'd go, of course, you've seen it all a billion times and you enjoy the fact that at least one person is saying this stuff. It's difficult to find too many people saying this stuff, people, because they're all afraid of losing subscribers and getting negative comments and maybe even getting their channels taken down. But you know, over these years, having so many channels taken down, I've pretty well learned the parameters, albeit it can surprise you now and again. So I'm thinking, well, does anybody want me to change? Or is everybody happy with the way the channel is and how it's been for many years? You see, the reason why I'm asking people is because I'm just wondering, you see, if we start watching stuff on YouTube, then the algorithms will keep feeding us that stuff, and we may be under the impression, wrongfully, that everybody's watching these videos and, you know, those are the videos and opinions that are out there. But they're not the only opinions and videos out there, obviously. There's a myriad of opinions out there, but the algorithm tunes in to what your opinions are and what your preferences are, and it feeds you those. And it can be very useful, but it can be a kind of a Black Mirror episode, because we get fed a delusion, and we then may just end up swimming like big fish in a small pond, thinking that we've got all the answers and you know, we're the general consensus, and you know, we're not upsetting anybody and all this different sort of thing. But I listen to Russell Brand from time to time, not as much as I used to, because he's become an evangelist. But he reads out comments real time, and goodness me, he's still got such a bunch of videos and they're all just no-brainers, and they just say stupid things. And he has a better management than I do, and that's why he's a millionaire, because he doesn't turn away or piss people off in their droves like I do. And so he looks at their stupid ass comments and he just passes them off. He doesn't point anyone's failings out or call anybody idiots or anything like that, because he realises that most of the people out there are fucking idiots, and if he's going to do that, he's going to lose 98% of his market. And so I wonder, has my demeanour lost me 98% of my market? Or is it really the YouTube algorithms? You know, for one, they can't sell anything on my videos, even if they wanted to. First and foremost, I have adverts turned off. And I don't have adverts on my channel because they won't allow me to have monetization because of my profanity. So, you know, they are very strict. If you're effing and blinding, they don't want to promote that these days. And so they'll penalise you for it. So they've penalised me for the monetisation, because there was a time with one of my channels I used to get like 150 or 200 pounds a month. And probably then, I don't know, I maybe have had like 5,000, 10,000 subscribers. At one point I had about 18,000 subscribers. But I've lost all those channels. I mean, I've had about 6 channels taken down. So I do believe I'm a marked man, and I do believe that YouTube have got their breakers on my content because I've violated so many of their protocols, mainly speaking about that nonsense of 2019 and so-called illegal substances, which they could just be down there growing in the ground, and yet if you pick them, you potentially could get a prison sentence. Well, things like that, we all really should be rising up against that. But of course, anyone that's about to take any of those things, they don't give a fuck about the stupid laws, they just do it, don't they? And so we're not paying any attention like that. But if we want then to like capitalise on our knowledge and experiences about them, they'll most certainly catch us in the net then. And they'll take your videos down or take your channel down. So, you know, the vast majority of people, they're complicit, they're complying with all the rules and regulations, and I've never been that sort of person. I'm a rule breaker, and it's just my personality to set out to break every single rule that I'm ever presented with. And a few people respect that, and that's probably why you're here. And that's probably why 98% of my possible viewers are not. But what would it mean to me if I changed my demeanour and didn't exclude 98% of the populace by offending their shallow, weak egos? How would I feel? Would I feel comfortable having what I would consider to be shrinking violet idiots watching my videos and making dumbass comments? How would I fare up? I'd have to grow some strength from somewhere and look at these comments and not seethe through my vexed teeth. I really would. Because my propensity is, if someone puts something dumbass down, I'm going to challenge them on it consistently. But I can't challenge people on all the comments because there's not that many. And so it's very manageable. But if I had hundreds of comments, then of course I couldn't do that. Because, you know, it just takes a vast amount of time. And if you comment on a half decent comment and then the comment back and then, oh, well, you know, polite to reply back to that, well, I'll spend all my time doing that. And so this is why on big channels you don't see any comments from the content provider. You just see people, if they're talking amongst themselves a little bit, then that's all that's going on. But, you know, I've always intended my channel to be a personal thing. I don't want it to get bigger. I've never wanted it to get bigger because I'd lose that personal touch. I'd lose the little bit of knowledge that I do have with some of my viewers who I've known for many years, and some I've spoken to and some I've actually met. I wonder if I'd lose that, whether you people, the 300, the ardent Spartans, which I have carved out of the conglomerate which is the human race. I've carved you people. I've chiseled and chiseled and chiseled away at you. And because you're still here, then you've been fashioned in a certain way. And your fashioning has been an introduction into being presented with things that you've not always liked, but you've had the constitution to remain because something inside you allows you to have some level of acceptance of what I've said. Now, if I'm talking about fat and lazy folk, which is one of the biggest bones of contention I've got, because it's potentially the demise of the human being. If we are not physically active, we just do not live a satisfactory life. Fat folk may think that they are satisfied, but of course they're most certainly not. They're not nowhere near the top of the fucking bunch when they go to a nightclub or a bar, are they? They're what's called 10 to 2ers. You know, we used to have what's called 10 to 2ers in Britain. When the nightclubs close at 2 o'clock, if you haven't pulled anything, you know, half decent, then you go and grab a 10 to 2er. And of course there are 98% of these, you know, fat ugly birds, but that wasn't never my bag. I've never been into fat ugly birds, and of course I've always been a 10. You know, when I was younger I was a fucking 10, and so I never used to have to try to. But I wonder how many people get vehemently offended as soon as they see one of my videos and I'm talking about what they consider to be themselves. You know, look, I've spoke about brown teeth, how it's an abomination, and then I show people, you know, elementary ways how to rectify that. Mine were getting a bit brown, and it took me by surprise, drinking that Guinness, and all of a sudden I've rectified it. And then I look at my stomach, and I'm like, holy motherfucker, you know, 3 Guinness a day isn't good. You know, maybe 1 is okay. And so I've rectified it. And so if you're starting to feel like you're a little bit unhealthy, then you rectify it. And all the things I'm talking about, I'm doing. It's not like I'm talking shit and I'm not doing it. I am the example, aren't I? What I'm setting. And I show you what I eat, and I talk about what I do. I don't take the camera into the gym because it's just kind of impractical. It would look like I'm on a movie set or something, and everyone would be looking, and everyone would be, oh, you know, what are you doing then, and oh, what's your channel? And I couldn't tell them what my channel was, you know, because they're all fucking normies. And I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to do a video like that, then I'd need to have an editor, because if I'm doing like 3 sets of 20 on something, nobody wants to sit through that. You just want to sit through, like, you know, 5 reps on this and 5 reps on something else and 5 reps on something else. Well, that would entail me doing fucking 30 short videos and, you know, labouring to put them together, and I won't do that. So that's why I don't do that, people. I'm just a fucking simple guy when it comes to this technology. I'm only involved in it as much as I absolutely have to be. So there's things changing within me, and for those of you that are following the thread, which would be very few, because even though lots of your long-term avid viewers, you still only seem to be able to comprehend the tiniest little bit of anything I say in any video on one particular video. And every time you watch that one video, the current video, and you comment on it, it's as if you've never ever seen any other videos of mine. And you know, people will call me out on, let's say, if I'm banging on about euthanization and or euthanasia and, you know, getting rid of the muggles and Bill Gates is gonna do you all and all this, and then you're in allegiance with these psychopaths and you can't be enlightened and all this sort of stuff. Well, yeah. It's the height of fucking stupidity, and this is just, all it does is just reiterates every single time I get a silly comment like this, that my viewers mostly are fucking idiots, and I just can't be any nicer about it. I really can't. You know, how many of you really see that the Awake and Brave really is a jolly nice fucking chap, and if you spend time with him, then you'd have one of the best times in your fucking life. And everywhere I go, nobody has a problem with me. But I play characters. I develop personas. And one of them I'm telling you about all the time is Supercilious. It's the haughty, condescending, belittling one, standing on his ivory tower. Because that's just my particular style in some of my videos, because I abhor those begging cretinous fucking fools that are always like, if you want to get fit, well, you know, you do this and you do that. Oh, just go fuck yourselves, really. If you want to get fit and you want to lose weight, you got to be prepared to do some hard fucking work. And that's the end of it. It's the be all and the fucking end of it. And I've shown you, you know, about fucking lots of diets. I've done lots of diets. I've done vegetarian diets, I've been water fast diet, I've done urine fucking drinking for 6 weeks, drinking a pint of my own piss each day. I've done a lot of stuff. And what have I concluded from all of them? Fuck all. Fuck all. You hear people talking, oh, you know, if you go on a water fast, oh, you'll be all fucking spiritual, and, you know, oh, this will happen and that happen, and you'll have a kundalini raising. Fuck all that. Fuck all happened, people. But when things do happen is when I work at it. See, I did this water fasting because all these idiots bang on about, oh, you'll project in no time at all, you'll have a kundalini raising, and all these different fucking shit about spiritual this, that and the other. Well, none of it happened to me. But what did happen is I did have out-of-body experiences when I laboured for 150 hours before I even got my first sniff of an out-of-body experience. And so you just have to do a formatted criteria. Some people have spontaneous out-of-bodies that I never have. I've always had to work for them. And so, you know, it doesn't matter what other people say, because we're all different, and we really are on our own path, and no two paths are the same, and so there really isn't any point in listening to anybody. Just do your own work, do your own research, and do your own trial and errors and all that sort of thing. And, you know, my videos are just a serving suggestion, you know, because you can take some of what I say on board, like the entheogenic experiences that I've had. It doesn't matter who you are. If you take enough of these entheogens, then you're going to have a bizarre experience. And it's going to be very, very different to any I've spoken about, no doubt. If you decide to go on a fast or on a diet, or you decide you're going to work out and run and cycle and all that, well, your body will react to it in your body's way. And some people get super trim, you know, depending on their current state of metabolism and their age and how hard they work and all these different sorts of things. There's just so many variables. And so I just show you one person's experience, and I read to you what I'm reading, and I've wrote you a book, and you know, lots of you have bought it, but nobody wants to talk about it. because most of you tell me that you can't even retain the information on one page. You've forgotten what that one page says by the time you've got to the next page. And I just find things like that incomprehensible. Really incomprehensible, because that just doesn't happen to me. And so then I go, well, I must be a fucking superhuman then. I must be genius on so many levels, because when I read books, I retain a great deal of it. And I stop and sit and contemplate the ramifications, and I'm absorbing that information. And so it's difficult for me to comprehend. And then when I say to people, where's your consciousness? And they don't even know, because they've never ever considered. People watching my videos for years and years and years, they could be walking with me now, and I would ask them that, and they wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't get it, people. I just don't fucking get it. And I would have thought, after 16 years of speaking like I speak, there would be people queuing up to speak with people like me. But because evidently you don't retain the information, you've got no wherewithal to be able to put all these pieces together, it's all fragmented and means nothing to you. You've not worked your own theories out, you've not hypothesized about anything, and coming to talk with someone like me is terrifying, absolutely fucking terrifying. And so then again, well, what does that do for me? It just puts me way out in the outer extremities on my ivory tower. And to be fair, people, I've been on this ivory tower in the most remarkable and incredible supernatural experience. I was 10 miles up, just gazing down at a marble magnolia tower where two angels were sitting, laying on that. And I was just consciousness in that beautiful bliss, like heaven state. Angels coming to speak with me, God coming to speak with me, Jesus coming to speak with me, Satan, even Satan wanting me. Everybody wants me. The whole fucking cosmos wants me. And all these different experiences I've had. Why? Obviously because I'm a very special person. And so, unless I get people lining up and telling me that they've had the same sort of experiences, then I can only conclude that you haven't. I can't assume that you've all had out-of-body experiences and you've all had God speak to you and, you know, Jesus give you the most important information that you could ever have in your whole fucking wide world. No, I can't assume that. I've just got to assume that you are backdrop people, that you're nobody, you never will be, you never have been, because if people are somebody, then they're telling somebody about it, or they're doing something about it. They've got their own channels, and you know, they're standing on a fucking soapbox on Speaker's Corner, or some fucking thing. They're not just being voyeurs in their fucking bedsit, you know, or 5 minutes on fucking YouTube when they come home from the fucking factory or office. And so, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I look at the world and I go, well, is YouTube a correct depiction of the world? Is it a correct depiction of humanity? I can't see why it wouldn't be, because you've got every Tom, Dick and Harry there, and everybody watches YouTube, so why wouldn't it be? And so I'm kind of like, well, where have I got to go to meet special people? I need to meet special people. And you know, the closest people I consider to be special are, you know, the people that are apparently on the autistic spectrum, or they've got, you know, so-called disorders like OCD and ADHD, because those people, in my estimation, they're vastly higher thinkers, they're vastly more intelligent, and they've all got characters and there's something about them. So when this fucking sick society labels people like that, what is that saying? There was one famous person, philosopher, and I think he said it's like it's no great achievement to be profoundly adapted to a sick society. And so if you are not one of these autistic people or ADHD or any other fucking label, and you're just a normie and you think, oh, I'm normal, those people, they're freaks, you know, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. those so-called freaks, they are the forerunners of great things, because they're the ones where their state of consciousness is being transformed into higher states of consciousness, into extended light beings, whereas all you Joes that work in factories and offices and sit in your tin fucking cans in traffic every fucking day, you're the fucking complete and utter losers, if truth be known. And you may think that you're not losers because you got a nice house, you got a nice car, and you have nice holidays, but you've got fucking shackles all around you, and they bind you to all that shit. You're bound to your mortgage, you're bound to your car payments, you're bound to your job. You're absolute fucking slave bitch whores to fucking paper, energy, and fucking meaningless trinkets. You see? And when you become enlightened, all that stuff just doesn't mean anything to you anymore. I had all that shit. It doesn't mean nothing to me anymore. What means something to me? Being able to walk in the sunshine whenever I feel like it. Being able to impart a little bit of information, trying to help a little few people along. Whether it does, invariably I'll never know. Some people now and again tell me, oh, their videos, my videos mean something to them, but they don't elaborate, they just don't feel as if they know enough to be able to say why. And I'm like, you make me bite my fucking nails. You do, you make me go. It's fucking bizarre. It's bizarre to be me, people. And, seldom I will meet somebody and I will engage with somebody who gets me and I get them. And we just look at the herd and we go, what the fuck is going on here? It's astounding. It's ridiculous beyond fucking belief. How can anybody waste 8 hours of their fucking life on a cashier in a fucking supermarket or stacking shelves? How is it possible that any human being can do that? Only a fucking robot can do that, people. Only a flesh robot can do that. Oh well, they've got to pay their mortgage and they've got to buy clothes for their kids and they've got... No. Stop. Let me stop you. I haven't done any of that for 16 years. And the chances are I never will. And so don't be telling me, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's all right for you, you're on benefit. Well, the option's there. Millions of people are on benefit, and millions of people are on a whole lot more fucking benefit than me. I get penalised because of my brilliant fucking genius and my able body. But if I was like, while I was flipping out my cock and beating off everywhere I fucking went, then I'd be on £1,000 a month and I'd just be spending money. Let alone I'd have the wheelchair and the fucking car and 5 nurses to suck my cock and all that fucking different stuff. Man, I'm telling you, this is a bizarre dimension. And this society loves those plebs, loves them getting fatter and fatter and more stupid and absorbing more resources. There really is a conspiracy going on, people, to destroy the highly spirited, able-bodied human beings. But they can't get close to me, they can't get near me, they never have got within a fucking mile of me. And they don't even try anymore. I just tell the fucking government what I want and what they should do to make me happy. And they do it. And once you know how it all fucking works, and once you realise what you are, God, then that's how it should be. Of course it is. And so I just live a life of bliss. Don't ever worry about money. I mean, some of you, you could be saying, oh well, the other day you're trying to get us to buy your mountain bike. Look, people, when you know how things work in this dimension, then you utilise that. And I'm going to be making another video about manifesting this electric bike, and without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to manifest. And so, whether you want to participate in that manifestation, so you can feel good about yourself, and you can watch me, and you can see me more places, and you can see me causing trouble, like I said I would, with these park fucking ranger numpties, once I've got a little bit more scope, well, if you want to be a part of that, and if you want to say to yourself, yeah, I'm helping you Wake and Brave manifest, because that's how it works. You know, it's a conglomerate of energy. Energy has to come, energy has to be focused. So if people, if you the viewers, you focus your energy on me, then you can see that you can achieve something collective, and then you'll start to see how it works. And then you can think to yourself, well, I could fucking do that for myself. I could sort of like, you know, set up some sort of a fucking, you know, GoFundMe or something for whatever reason, and make something manifest yourself. And the chances are, if you don't affront the vast majority of your viewers, you'll do far better than I will. Because people, they just like to be told, you know, how great they are, and what they know themselves, they're not great in any shape or form, but they all love to live under that delusion, and they're looking for people that just reiterate that delusion. But when they come onto my channel, all those delusions are being fucking stripped in an instant, and people stand before me, metaphorically, watching my videos naked, absolutely naked. And they look and they see all their imperfections and they go, wow, there's too much to fucking work on here, I'm fucking off. I can't stand this guy shining his fucking God-conscious light into my face every day. And so, you know, I'm using these tactics, I'm showing you, and I'm telling you that I am blessed, and I feel absolutely incredible, and I am living amidst God consciousness, better than I've ever heard any guru speak about. And so if these gurus heard me speak about my level of God consciousness, they'd all be feeling exceedingly fucking cheated, because they've been thinking that they've been in the realm of God consciousness for the past 30 years through their meditation, and they fucking haven't experienced a fraction of what I've experienced. And they don't live this exquisite, completely free existence. It's kind of like, you got it all wrong, guys. You want to fucking throw your nappy away and fucking get real. So, the question is, how many of you are happy? It seems, you know, those of you that are here, you know, the staunch 300, the Spartans, it seems that, yeah, you're happy, because I put on one of these rants and I'm cussing and calling blind, you know, all inadequacies under the sun. And even if you have them, you're pretending that you're not, but you enjoy me pointing them out in other people. But maybe some of you, you know, have changed your ways, and maybe some of you are doing what people are supposed to do when they read a Jordan Peterson book. They're supposed to start tidying up their fucking sock drawer, and masturbating less, and fuck knows what else, you know, to be a fucking automaton in society. Because that's what Peterson is advocating, that you go to university, you get a fucking job, and, you know, you conform, and you believe in God, and you come under that yoke and all that. Well, because Jordan Peterson's a straight. You know, even though he's took, you know, apparently, so he says, 3 high doses of mushrooms, for him to still believe that the Bible is the word of God and it's all fucking true is insane to me. It's absolutely insane. And yet I would have considered him to be a very, very bright person. And yet he's fell foul to that. The same as Russell Brand's fell foul to that. The same as Candace Owens has fell foul to that. And, you know, we could reel off, you know, a whole multitude of what we would consider otherwise to be intelligent people, and then they go and talk about they believe in God. I'm like, are you a child believing in the fucking tooth fairy? What are you doing talking about belief? Why don't you fucking just go on what you know about this world? Doesn't that make more sense to you? Isn't that more rational? Why are you throwing away your rational mind, your intelligent mind that you've prided yourself on for so many years, and now Russell Brand's just thrown all that to the fucking wind? It's a real big, irreparable contradiction. And it just shows at heart that these people, they weren't intelligent after all. They couldn't have been, they can't be. Because for those who really read the Bible and studied religion like I have done for many, many years, I can see it for what it is. It's just fucking, first and foremost, it's propaganda sprinkled with some sort of fucking basic human psychology for ignorant village people 2,000 years ago. And it hasn't evolved, and no intelligent people try to fucking bring it into the modern times. At the very least, all they should be saying is, well, this is all metaphor. Jesus never, of course, walked on water, and he never really was rose from the dead. But, you know, if you take this and if you take that, then, you know, there's some things useful in there, you know, that we can abide by, you know, which may make our lives go better. But to believe in Jesus loves you and is listening to you and is watching you when you masturbate and things like that, it's just fucking insane, isn't it? It's insane, people. And so when you see it absolutely crystal clear, I see all politicians crystal clear, I see the whole world in every fucking shape and form crystal clear, I see all the fucking so-called gurus crystal clear, I just see everything so clear. And that's why I know it's all Maya. It's all self-deception and self-delusion and projections of fantasy and clutching on desperately for any semblance of what they could call real. But if they really looked into it, if they really thought about it, every single thing that you consider to be remotely real just falls into nothing, people. In every fucking, you can go metaphysical, you can go chemical, you can go biological, you can go scientifically, every fucking realm that you look into, if you pursue things long enough, it ends up in nothing. Nothing. And the only thing that we can't dismantle is consciousness. And so it just seems so elementary to me that, well, consciousness is God. Consciousness is everything. Consciousness cannot be denied. And so doesn't it make sense that that's all that's going on here? Is consciousness dreaming all these things? And then I give people illustrations. Well, when you go to dream at night and you're having all these wonderful or terrifying dreams and they seem so fucking real, and then you wake up and you go, oh, that was just a dream. Well, can't you just fucking transpose that state of consciousness onto this one? Because that's what this is. It's just a fucking dream, people. And there's nothing fucking real and tangible. Ask quantum physicists. They've been telling us that for 120 years. And things are starting to get really, really, really spooky now. If you listen to how AI is going and what quantum computers are doing. Really, really fucking spooky. And if you educate yourselves in some of those realms, you'll come back to my videos and you'll go, fucking hell, now I get what you've been talking about all these years, Awakened Brave. Or if you took a decent entheogenic trip, then you'd be in the ballpark. You know, but for those of you that have never done this, I'm light years outside of your consciousness. And, you know, I've been like John the Baptist, crying out in the wilderness. Is anybody listening? Is anybody fucking aware that the Messiah is coming? Who's the Messiah? You're the Messiah. And in the second coming of Christ, Yogananda Paramahansa, he says the second coming of Christ is you. He is potentially already here. The potential is all around you. And then Jesus used to say in the New Testament, the kingdom of God is within you and without you. It's all around you and it's inside you, and yet you cannot see. Well, that's it, you can't see. You're blind. But that's one of the prerequisites to having a human experience. So you believe in it, and you go and pack your fucking chickens, and you work at the cashier, and then, you know, you're buying foods, and you're thinking that, you know, eating's making you live, and this, and the other. There's nothing living, there's nothing dying here, people. It's all fucking Maya. And, you know, again, some people can say, well, if you climbed up a mountain and you didn't eat for 2 months, then you'd die. Well, yeah, because that's the rule set of the mentality of this thing. But when the body did appear to die in this rule set, well, you discover that it wasn't true because you didn't die. You see? And then you go, oh, I was just dreaming of having a body. I was just dreaming that I was starving on a fucking mountain. There's been billions of people verifying this sort of thing, people. And you can discount it at your own peril. You can discount it if you want to continue with your own ignorance. So anyway, let me just fucking get to the bottom of what I'm saying here. How many of you are happy with the way the channel's going? How many of you would want me to have a softer approach? You see, I'm going to this therapist because I feel the changes, and I know what the changes are, and there's nothing that any therapist is going to be telling me that I don't know, but I'm going there as a sounding board, and it's just like making my videos. I know what's going on, and so if anybody says to me after I finish this therapy, oh, you've changed now thanks to that therapist, you said that she was a shrinking violet and she wasn't that good, well, she's done the job. And no, she's not. No, she's not. And if you listen carefully, you know, she even said it. You know, she can't do anything. It's me that's going to be doing everything. It's me that's going to want to do it. It's me that's going to have to implement anything that I think about. The only thing she's doing is for stupid people, that's trying to enable the stupid people to look inside their own brains because they've never done it before. I've done it all my fucking life. And I'm going to be telling her things that shock her to the fucking core. You know, the complexity. I'm so fucking deep and complex in every realm. She just keeps having to fucking reel me in, because she can't deal with it. The only thing she's trained to fucking do is to ask how I'm feeling. And is there a representation of that feeling? And when I tell her I'm not feeling any fucking thing except ecstasy, and I don't actually see anything because I'm a phantasiac, well, she's fucked then, isn't she? But she doesn't want to listen to my philosophy or my psychoanalysis or anything like that, because that's beyond her payload. So, I'm going to be speaking to her about Supercilious, a very prominent character that I've created throughout the years. It appears to me that most of you love Supercilious. Because with all my rants, invariably there's never even one thumb down. And to be quite frank, you can't see it, only I can see it. But if there's ever one thumb down, that's all there is, on, let's say, 1 out of fucking 10 of my videos. And so, you know, it seems that you love what I'm doing. And if that's the case, we'll just say, yeah, don't change, Aaron, we love that shit. And, you know, I'll continue regardlessly. So anyway, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to make another video about the GoFundMe thing, because I'm thinking, well, this is an ideal opportunity for you to get involved with this manifestation, to offer an act of kindness, to be motivated to help me achieve something. After all my videos are motivational videos, and they're designed for you to help your fucking self. And so if you can't see that, if you think I'm just calling you fat twats because I'm such a fucking, you know, awesome, you know, fucking super god, well, look, I'm telling you facetiously, I'm a fucking super god, but you know, really I am God. And maybe you'll realise that you're God too, but if you don't, then you'll never see yourself as that. But I myself manifested shard of God consciousness, and so, you know, I know what I am, and I'm telling you that. And I'm telling you that there's a better way to live, and you can feel really like you are God if you lose all those pounds, if you start to get active, because when you are fit and active, you enter into a different fucking paradigm of consciousness. You enter into a different variety of human being, people. You really, really do. Do you think there's no fucking difference between someone like me and someone that's standing next to me, which weighs 30 fucking stone? Do you think that, oh, we're all human beings, we're all the same? For fuck's sake. There's a vast difference in every conceivable way. All the opportunities that I would have, all the things that I can enjoy doing, the way I see the world, perceive the world, experience the world, the way my body functions and the ecstasy which is flowing through my body. Do you think a 30 fucking stone whose fucking legs are thumping on the fucking ground like an elephant, do you think that they are no different to someone like me? They're massively different. And I'm just trying to say, look, there's no fucking joy being down there. You may be a little bit fucking deadened in your own self-imposed prison of contentment, but trust me, people, if you ever wanted to do anything about it, then your life would transform and you'd never look back, and you'd just go, well, fuck me, people find me attractive now, I've started fucking tennis, I can wear these fucking clothes I wore 30 years ago. There's a whole fucking myriad of stuff which you'll be appreciated, and then you will be sending me money. But because you're too fucking lazy and stupid, then you're filled with resentment and you won't send me anything. So just tell me this, how many of you have ever been motivated to go on a diet, or to get to the gym, or to read more, or to be more outgoing, or set up your own YouTube channel? All these things, how have I motivated you? Tell me that. If you can give me anything, if you don't want to give me any money, if you don't want to help me buy my mountain bike, tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me that I've served you in some shape or form. And then ask yourself if you've served me. Ask yourself that. Have you ever served me? Some of you have. Some of you have. Recently, one woman, she served me very well. The holiday that I would have had to pay for was £900. That's just for me. And so that served me very well. And so, you know, a few more people like that wouldn't go amiss. And okay, not everybody has those means, but a few fucking tenors or 20 quids here and there, that wouldn't go amiss either, people. So anyway, I'm gonna go to this fucking GoFundMe video because most people wouldn't have got this far.